What is up, Debt Free Mafia? Hey, in this video, I wanted to address the number one question I get. What is a financial coach? And that's a fantastic question because there are not a lot of financial coaches out there. I will address the number one thing that we get confused with right off the bat. A lot of people think that I'm a financial advisor. So there's a big difference between a financial coach and a financial advisor. So here's the biggest difference between the both of us. A financial advisor helps your money and its future growth. A financial coach helps you with your relationship with your money right now. I'm a big believer in financial coaching because 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that's tragic to me. That makes me think that almost 80% of Americans are feeling the pinch at the end of every month. So what I do as a financial coach is I help get you on a plan for success. I work with clients, and what we do is we sit down and we go through where they're at right now, what their future goals are, and then what I do is I implement a custom tailored plan for those individuals so that way they can be as successful as possible going forward. What's awesome about us is we can see anybody's situation and apply the principles that we have to that situation to make sure that we can hit the goals that we have in place. I have clients that have goals that are all over the place, but the goal is let's get rid of debt. Let's start building wealth. Let's have an emergency fund. Let's buy that dream vehicle one day. Let's buy that dream vacation one day. Let's buy that dream home one day. Like, these are all great examples. I also have a lot of clients who just want to set a great example for their kids. So that's one reason they hire me. So typically what happens with most clients is I end up having a consultation with them. This is always a big deal for me because I always want to know where they're at. I don't like to give any advice in the consultation. I don't like to give any advice even in the first lesson. Reason being is because people's situations are so unique and so all over the place. I don't want to recommend the wrong thing right off the bat without having all of the facts. A financial coach, something that they have to be really good at is they have to be really good at communication, and they have to be really good at finding the whys. And that's part of what we specialize in. We specialize in finding your why. The why is that deep down, buried in the heart reason why you are doing something different, or want to do something different rather. These whys are what get us through this financial struggle that we're going through, and this why is what helps us achieve the goals that we want to achieve. So financial coaches, they're all different. They all run their own businesses, but the way I work is I have several different programs that I put clients on. By the end of the consultation, I typically know what program I'm going to put them on, how much it's going to cost them, how long that program is going to be, and what kind of results they can expect. The programs are all different, and they all tailor to people who are in different stages of their financial journey. I have people that are massively in debt and want to get out of this debt and start to build wealth. I have people who are just about to pay off debt. I also have clients who have no debt. They just want somebody to look at their budget. They want to have a third opinion on their budget, and they want somebody to help push them over the edge to where they're really starting to win with their money. Not only that, I also have accountability programs that I do with clients. I typically meet with them month to month, and what we do is we just spend about 30 minutes going over their budget and kind of talking about anything that could be coming up. And also we just do a financial check. We say, well, hey, how are you doing? How was the money this month? Some clients are like, oh, it was great. Some clients are like, you know what? We got sick and we just blew through the eating out budget and started using all kinds of other stuff, and it was a bad month. And I come in and say, hey, that's fine. We live in a broken world. There's just gonna be things that don't go well. That's why we always build an emergency fund with our clients. There's always gonna be months that we're just not perfect in, and that's okay. Especially early on in a lot of people's financial journey, it takes a while. I will note that all financial coaches are different. I'm just telling you how I operate and how I like to work with my clients to help them hit the goals that they have. I will talk about my most popular program. This is the one that fits most clients, and it's a 6-month program. I typically meet with a client 7 times in 6 months. The first 2 meetings are right off the bat. That way I can gather more information, and then the week after I have a week to typically take all the information I've gathered from them and go through it, adjust the budget the way I think it needs to be, go through and find any areas that I think are just excessive or not enough. I make sure that they're hitting the 4 walls, which we're gonna have more videos here about that. I make sure that we're on track with the 7 baby steps that were established by Mr. Dave Ramsey himself. And I also make sure that my fee will 100% fit into their budget without causing any strain, because ultimately my goal is to help my clients get out of a rut. While it's awesome that I get to support my family doing something I'm passionate about, I really love when I see that light bulb click on in that client's face and they realize, hey, there is hope here. hear, hey, I can get out of this debt, hey, I can build wealth, hey, it is not too late, which is just awesome to see, because I have so many clients that they think they're old and they're just not, but they think that they just don't have a chance to pay off debt and establish wealth. I have worked with everybody from single moms to high income earning professions. I'm talking like I have clients that make well over $200,000 a year. Nobody is perfect at finances. And I'm a big believer in coaching. I actually hire my own coach because I think it would be hypocritical if there was a doctor who refused to see a doctor when he was sick or needed a checkup even. But one thing I just love about coaching is I get to connect with people and I get to help them. My average client in that 6-month program that we were talking about pays off anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 just in that 6 months alone. And that's huge. I want you to take some time real quick just to imagine what it would be like if you had $10,000 less in debt in the next 6 months. And one of my favorite parts is after a meeting, whenever I meet with a client, we go through their situation and then we provide options. I love how they just seem lighter on their feet because they realize, hey, we've got a shot here. It's not hope. It's one of my favorite things. And also, kind of going back to that 6-month program, over the rest of those next 5 meetings over the next 5 months, what we do is we spend a lot of time just going over the budget. And in the next 5 months, after the first 2 initial meetings, really what we do is those first 3 months, I spend time going over the budget and doing the budget with the client. I want them to be very familiar with the budget. I want them to feel comfortable with it. I want them to start to learn and grasp the idea of having a budget meeting every month. And then those last 3 months that we meet together, I let the client start doing the budget. I think it's so vital that a financial coach teaches how to do something rather than the client being dependent on them. And I love that so many clients have put their trust in me. I have so many great success stories from so many clients, and it's just been so inspiring to see. I have one client who's already paid off, I think it's about $16,000 in debt just in the last 3 months. They know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and they're all full steam ahead on this thing, and it's been so great to see. I have another young lady who's paid off 4 credit cards just in the last 2 months. I mean, she has just been going all at it to get everything paid off. I also have another client now who's going to start investing heavily into real estate because they now have enough money left over and not paying on anything to be able to pursue the goals that they have. And probably my number one thing that I love about coaching more than anything is I love that we pay off the debt, and I love that we get on a budget, and I love that we start to build wealth. But here's my favorite thing about helping people get out of the stuck that they're in. Whenever you get out of that rut, whenever you get out from under that debt, it completely frees you to pursue what you want to pursue. I think the statistics around 65% of Americans don't like their day job. As a matter of fact, they hate it. And the cool thing about paying debt off and becoming financially free is it frees up resources for you to pursue what you're actually passionate about. And I'm a huge believer in that. So I really encourage you today to ask yourself this: am I satisfied with where I'm at today financially? Have I hit goals in the last 6 months? What to you is appealing about financial coaching? And my last question is this: what's holding you back? Let today be the day that you decide that you're going to take hold of your finances. I would love to speak with you about them. I can promise that I'm going to spend quality time with you, listening to where you're at. Should you choose to hire me, you can always expect this from me. You'll get my very best. You will always be encouraged, always be encouraged. You will always receive hope from me, and you will get out of it what you put into it. I hope that answers some of your questions about financial coaching. And even if you're just mildly interested, I encourage you to reach out, schedule a consultation, meet with me, we can talk about it. Doesn't cost you anything. By the end of the consultation, you'll always know my recommendations as to where I think you should head to next, whether that's receiving coaching through a program or using some of my contacts if you're ready to move on to investing, or making sure that your insurance is taken care of, and I can help you better your relationship with your finances. This is exciting. You have the opportunity to change your family tree forever. If you get these finances right, you don't have to be broke anymore. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You don't have to worry if you're gonna have enough for retirement. Take the stress off. I really encourage you to inquire here. Learn about it if you can. Ask questions, schedule consultations. Here at the Debt Free Mafia, which is my company that I founded, we want to provide a culture of people who want to live free, people who want to win with their money, people who want to be smart with their money, people who want to be hope-filled when it comes to talking about finances. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Feel free to DM me if you want to. I'd love to speak with you. Anyways, guys, my name is Rick Bergman. I'm a financial coach, founder and owner of the Debt Free Mafia, and I appreciate you for stopping by, and I am rooting for you. You can do it. We'll see you later, guys. Peace.